Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with these.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another beer review. Continuing some Treehouse reviews, courtesy of my man Aaron. Thank you, sir, for sharing these. Tonight we're checking out Super Typhoon. From what I understand, this is the double dry hopped version of Hurricane, a beer that I am a big fan of. I reviewed that probably a couple months ago, and I really like that beer. I think I was high 90s with that beer. I can't remember, but per the can, Simcoe and Citra. This is the ABV not on this one too? Why are they doing that? I think Hurricane is 7. It's a weird 7.8 or something like that, 7.7, somewhere like that. So, I mean, this says double IPA. I don't know why the ABV is not on here. So strange. Whatever. Canned on July 13th, so time of recording 2 weeks old, 15 days. Let's give her a go. She's been sitting out for about 10 minutes in this super hot, humid garage. Look at that. Why is it doing that? How dare you? So I think this is the perfect temperature. We're using our Treehouse Juice Machine Tiku glass because I'm in love with this glass. Thank you, Leo. You're the best. Hurricane, I think it's a newer beer from them, right? I think when I first reviewed it, they had just started canning it. So cool to see them do double dry hop versions of this already. I feel like, I mean, they're brewing so much beer these days. There's all kinds of variants. They just had their 6th anniversary party, which is why I have this glass, because Leo sent it to me. There was all kinds of like double shot variants. I feel like they're doing like crazy. I was talking to Nathan about it on our podcast. They did like Julius variants with fruit. I think they did Bright variants with fruit. They're doing all kinds of awesome beer. So I guess it's not surprising that we're seeing double dry hop versions of new beers coming out of there just because they could brew so much beer. But yeah, no more talky. Let's get into this. Looks like a Treehouse beer. It stays for days. It's like that light kind of lemonade-y color. Finger of Bright White Head. It was bigger than that when we first poured it. It's dissipating a little bit, but it looks awesome. And that proper glassware, everyone knows proper glassware makes beer taste better. So Citra and Simcoe, 2 of my favorite hops. Citra was the first hop I ever fell in love with. If you're new to the if you're new to this channel, welcome. I fell in love with Citra hops. It's still one of my favorite hops. Simcoe is another hop that I really like. Simcoe is around in a lot of, I feel like the West Coast beers that I grew up loving. So shove our nose in this one, see what it smells like. I mean, this smells really good. It smells like orange juice. It's super soft. We talked about, I think in the Hurricane video, I talked about how Treehouse beers are just really soft. And I think taking some time off from doing beer reviews and like getting back into drinking Treehouse, I'm come to appreciate more what they are now, knowing that this is what this beer was 4 years ago, but nothing was like this. So I mean, we've talked about like Treehouse has changed. Treehouse really hasn't changed. It's just the other beers that are around these days have changed, so things are kind of getting different. And we just literally just reviewed Curiosity 50, and I think I'm like realizing that, and I'm more appreciative of what this is. This isn't anything that's crazy over the top. This is double dry hop, but it's not like gonna kill all your senses. It's not gonna kill your sense of smell. It's not gonna kill, I don't think I mean, I haven't tasted this beer yet, but I don't think this is gonna like kill your palate. They make beer so flawlessly that it's just like saying that it's mellow or that it's soft isn't a bad thing. And people were saying that, I think, when I was talking about their beers in previous beer reviews. It's not a bad thing. It's just different than what everyone's doing now. I feel like these days, and I don't mean to like start rambling, but these days, that noise. These days, breweries are like trying to do everything like so over the top. Like everyone's trying to be like the next, like, I don't want to say like the next hype thing, but like the next, like, who made the beer that like smelled the craziest or tasted the craziest. And Treehouse has just been kicking back in Massachusetts going, listen, we make beer near perfect all the time. Just drink our beer if you want to. So that's what this is reminding me of, just smelling it. It almost smells, I don't know. It smells like, I don't want to say it smells like a milkshake, but it smells like this just like creamy orange. There's a tiny bit of like that catty thing that I sometimes get from Simcoe, but it's not like that crazy over the top like cat pee thing. Good amount of like bready, crackery malts that are just kind of sitting there that you get. It's like that kind of, not to that like sourdough bread sour, but it's like that just white bready kind of awesome sweet thing. It is though. This reminds me of like walking into like an ice cream shop and you smell like that orange kind of, like I haven't had dairy ice cream in however long, and so I have to eat like wherever we go, it's like sherbets or like they have like these fruit flavored like ice, whatever they call it. It kind of reminds me of smelling that. It smells awesome, so let's go and taste it. Aaron, cheers. Thank you, sir. Yeah, and I mean, the taste follows the nose. This is so flavorful, but not over the top. That kind of creamy orange that you smell, that's what you're predominantly tasting. Mid palate to finish, again, it kind of wants to go into that biting kind of citrus peel thing, but it doesn't. There's a little bit of bitterness that just kind of hangs out on your tongue and even like around like my lips, but there's just so much like orange juice. Again, like stone fruity, peachy, apricot-y, like that kind of, I mean, I know we say passion fruit a lot. Passion fruit to me, I don't know what passion fruit is, but like you drink like juice boxes that say passion fruit or like mixed fruit or whatever it is. Like that's what my brain equates that to. That's what that tastes like. This is so easy drinking. I think it's around, it's almost 8%. Like there's no way you would know this is a near 8% beer. There's no way. That just kind of crackery malty thing, like the hops just sit on it and that juice just like, it just sits there to support like all that like just orangey tropical fruit juice that just rides front of your palate to the finish. This beer's amazing. And again, like I'm remembering what Treehouse was. I'm like appreciating what they do. They're not over the top. They're not in your face anymore. They're just making fantastically drinkable beers. This beer's a crusher. It's 8% and you could chug this, especially out here. It's humid and hot AF in this garage. So good. I mean, I don't have a can of Hurricane with me. I haven't had it in a while. Like, is this something that's like, oh my gosh, this is better than it's like the original? Probably not, but I think it's on that level. So I want to say I gave that beer like a 96 or a 97. This beer for me is the same thing. It's like that world-class A+, 96, 97. The more this is warmed, the more like that kind of pithy orange peel, grapefruity, even like ruby red grapefruit peel is just kind of sitting on my tongue, which is awesome because there's so much sweet fruits, there's so much orange and tropical fruit. It kind of like balances out to where it's not just making it, and we talked about it in the last couple reviews, it's not just like this juice bomb. It has that beer aspect to it. It has that kind of like, this is a beer, something's gonna bite at your tongue. It's not like this just super soft, dainty kind of juicy beer. This beer is fantastic. So yeah, it's an A+, world class, however you want to rate it. 97. We'll go 97 on this one too. This beer and Curiosity 50, like I love both of the beers that I've had from them today. They're both fantastic. So Aaron, I'm super stoked that you shared these. Forever grateful. I'm in debt, all those things. So yeah, I think 97 is a good score for this beer. It's fucking fantastic. And like, I think you could get a case of this when they release. No, maybe not. Maybe someone can tell us. I think the double dry hop beers you don't get as much. Maybe you could get 12 cans of this, which is ridiculous. Like that's awesome. So yeah, that's Super Typhoon from Treehouse. If you guys have had it, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys very soon. Cheers.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the Fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.